Anwar Ji, you have written many times about protecting cows. So, what is your opinion about anti-cow slaughter bill and other things related to preventing cows being killed?
It's the duty of every citizen of this great country to stick on to adhere to what our constitution has said. The majority brethren in this country worship cow and her progeny. One, it's also scientifically proven cow is a natural mother for the mankind. And every person from time immemorial considers cow as a mata. It's known as Gomata. And they worship. Whereas Muslims do not worship. But it's high time that every one of us learn to respect the majority of you. A small example I'd like to give. If in a Muslim colony where only Muslims live, if somebody opens a pig shop, a pork shop, selling pork meat, pig meat, slaughtering pigs and all kinds of things in a Muslim area, I'm sure none of the Muslims will like it. They hate that animal. It's the most hated and banned animal in Muslims. But the excreta, the blood, even the smell, spoil the sanctity of the colony. When such things happen, the society, I repeat, the society first and the government second, do not allow such shop to come up in that kind of places. Because they want to respect the view of this minority. Because their sanctity should not be disturbed, spoiled. Why not respect the sentiment of the majority, 85% of the Hindus in this country? Plus, respect the constitution. Our forefathers included ban on cow slaughter and their progeny in Article 48 of the constitution. They have done this not without any research, without any proper inquiry. Then leaders, when the constitution was formed in 1948, then leaders of Muslim leaders who were representing them in the State Assembly or the National Assembly, very clearly said, if it is hurting the sentiment of the majority, our brethren, cow slaughter bill has to be part of the constitution. They have said it and they have given their consent after doing a lot of introspection in their community. Why not respect it now? Why oppose it now? Every representative today, when they take the oath, when they become a representative of the people in the assemblies or in the parliament, they take the oath on the constitution. And cow slaughter ban, Article 48, is also part of the constitution. Same people oppose today the cow slaughter ban bill. Aren't they opposing the constitution itself? Aren't they insulting the constitution? Are they contradicting their oath? It's wrong. Here again, this will be another step towards amiability, for the better growth, for a better society to develop in this country. Ultimately develop this world, this country into the most advanced country in the world. Peace, harmony, development. All this will come when this kind of little bit of sacrifice is done for the sake of the majority. And for the majority to respect the views of the minority, this will help. Tomorrow minorities want certain things. The majority has to give the consent. Don't you think they'll give the consent very happily if they respect their sentiments and their views? So let's do it. Let's live in this country amiably. Let's be part of this society in a better growth, a better development, and help this country to grow into the most powerful country in the world.
Anwar Ji, Sangh wants India to be a Hindu Rashtra. So, can you tell us what a Hindu means according to Sangh, and what Hindu Rashtra mean? Where does a Muslim and a Christian living in India stand?
Let me answer the second part of the question. Who's the Sangh? Who's the Hindu according to Sangh? Why Hindu according to Sangh? Let's consider who's a Hindu for the world in general. But as all of you know, Hindu is a person who lives in Hindustan, who's born, who's brought up, who's part of this country, Bharat, Hindustan, India, whatever you say. And Hindu is not a religion at all. It's a way of life, as everybody knows. I'm a Muslim, very much a Muslim. I do practice Islam. But I belong to this country. And we have a great traditions, heritage, and our own culture. Every country has same thing. They have their heritage, they have their own culture, they have their own traditions, and they follow that. They follow that and they respect that. They love to say they're part of that particular country, part of that particular culture. Why should we lag behind? We belong to a great culture, a heritage. Our heritage and our culture is being weakened. And probably it's the duty of every Indian, son of every Bharat Mata, to strengthen this, our heritage and our culture. So I don't think the question you asked, who is the Hindu account to Sangha? It's not account to Sangha. It's account for everyone to know. Hindu is a person who is a citizen of this great country, India, Bharat, Hindustan. If I remember very well, Bukhari Imam, the head of the Muslim community in this country some time ago, had gone for a Muslim conclave in Indonesia, which the Bukhari Imam was addressed and introduced to the crowd as the great Hindu from India. Bukhari Imam got offended. He got up to, why did you say that? I'm a Hindu. He corrected. The person who had introduced him to the crowd corrected him, said, sir, you are not, when I say Hindu, that doesn't mean you're not Islam. You are part of Hindustan. Anyone who comes from that great country is a Hindu. That's the reason I said you're a great Hindu from Hindustan, India, Bharat. Bukhari was convinced. Imamji was convinced. He sat down. So this is what I think everyone should know. This is what Parivar, the Sangh, RSS is trying to educate every Indian, every person in this world. Parivar is a mistaken entity. There's a lot of manipulation against them. They have been projected, belong to one particular sect. They are against the minorities. They're only part of Hindus. They think Hindu means a religion. I mean, it's that what makes you ask this particular question. Am I correct?
Correct. Anwar Ji, Sri Narendra Modi Ji, who was a Pracharak of RSS, now heads a state like Gujarat since last 12 years. What have you got to say about him?
Narendra Ji probably is doing the best in this country as a CM of a state. It's been applauded worldwide for the development he has done for that particular state. When you develop that particular state, there are 5 crore Gujaratis live in that state. In that 5 crore, at least 11 to 15% are Muslims and minorities. They're also part of the Gujarat. I've seen the Muslim entrepreneurs doing extremely well, especially in the last 6 years. I've visited about 4-5 times Gujarat. And I've seen some Muslim businessmen, entrepreneurs, doing extremely well, running factories, trading business, doctors, engineers. If Narendra Modi were to be against the minorities or the Muslims, do you think you would have allowed them to develop the way they are developed now? No. He's got nothing to do with Muslims or Hindus or minorities or majorities. He wants Gujarat to be #1 state, Gujarat to be in the forefront, the 5 crore Gujarats to be happy, which he has succeeded. In the last elections, the survey says about 20 to 30% Muslims have voted for Narendra Ji to come to power. And you say he was a Pracharak. I don't think so. He's still a Pracharak according to me. What does Pracharak do? They always do good for the society, bring about good things in the society, which he's still doing. Only sitting in a different chair. What he was doing as a Pracharak earlier, he's still doing good to the society, eradicating corruption, eradicating poverty, doing a wonderful job. Why do you say he's not a Pracharak anymore? I still feel he's very much a Pracharak now and he's doing extremely well, and the Muslim community, especially in Gujarat, are very happy now with Narendra Modi's administration, which I've personally seen it and I've heard it, who are not part of the BJP or RSS, the Muslim traders, Muslim businessmen who come into contact with me in business connections from Mangalore. They have told me about it. We are very happy now. We were disillusioned earlier. Now we exactly know what Narendra can do, what BJP can do, what RSS trade Pracharak can do for a state. This was told to me by one of the leading Muslim businessmen who's got business interests in Mangalore as well as in Gujarat. I've heard from his own mouth.